Alright guys, what's going on? SoulCal91 here at GameDunzo, once again bringing you some MOAB strategy gameplay. Today am bringing you some assault rifle gameplay, and to me personally this is probably the hardest one to go about getting a MOAB, and you're probably like, wait a minute now. Assault rifles are probably the strongest weapon class in the game as far as just overall, maneuverability, versatility, all that stuff. And while you may be right, this is more of a personal opinion for me. I'm a run and gun type of player. I typically don't, camp out in certain spots. And the reason that assault rifles are extremely strong, they're a great weapon choice. The only reason that it's really hard to get a MOAB with an assault rifle, for me anyways, is because in Modern Warfare 3 there's a lot of close quarters combat. Even on big maps you're going to get into situations where you're either going to have to knife, or you're going to have to hip fire, or hopefully just out ADS them from a really close range, and a submachine gun or a shotgun is going to get an assault rifle the majority of the time, unless your Type 9.5 is really good at hip fire, I guess, but for the most part it is going to. And that's the reason I also wanted to post it this way, is because this is not a Type 9.5 gameplay, this is a SCAR gameplay, which a lot of people do not use this weapon, which is very surprising, because it is a very good weapon, and it's probably exactly the same from Modern Warfare 3. It's just that the other assault rifles are up to par with it, and that's why not as many people use it. But as I was saying, it's really hard to get into situations that you like, and you'll notice that I've already died twice to two situations where I was, way too close quarters, and the first one, the guy just outbeat me. I was in a bad spot with an assault rifle, and the second time, internet lag, host advantage gave that guy the knife over mine, so I lose there. And now you'll see, this is the part where my MOAB streak continues, is I begin to put myself in a situation where I'm not going to get beat, and the majority of the people in this game were either using a sniper rifle or an assault rifle. But there were a couple. There was one using a striker. There's one like that guy right there is using the FM9s the whole game, and those are the kind of situations where you do not want to get in. You don't want to get close to them, and so separation is key when you're using an assault rifle. It's absolutely key. Again, I'm using the specialist package. I can only suggest it even more. Now I suggested it with the shotgun, but I can actually only suggest it even more with the assault rifle. For the main reason that you're going to run out of ammo pretty darn fast, and obviously your assault rifle is not going to have enough ammo to go 24 straight kills without getting scavenger, and you could run scavenger. It's just that with an assault rifle I really like to have sleight of hand and recon as well, and those two perks are extremely good together. And it's just something where it's one less kill when you have specialist package. You have your scavenger, you have your blast shield. You have all these key elements that it's gonna take to get you a MOAB all in one specialist package. And because you can't use the assault rifle, or you can't use assault package or support package to get you kills for the MOAB anyways, you might as well use the specialist package. But I have gotten a MOAB without it, and it is possible. I just think it's a little bit easier using the specialist package. One really good, I guess, analogy that I can give you guys is if you took like random 4 people in Halo Reach, and you put them against the best team in the world, which is probably team, Instinct. 100 times out of 100 times, Instinct is gonna beat them, and they're gonna beat them hard, and it's just gonna happen like that. But if you took Call of Duty, any Call of Duty really, and say you put them in a search and destroy match or something like that, and good example, search and destroy. Eventually, if you just took 4 random people, now obviously they need to be somewhat decent, but if you just took 4 random people, eventually they're going to beat them, because in Call of Duty, you die so fast. There's so many buildings and obstacles in your way. There's so many random grenades and all that good stuff that eventually they're going to end up beating them. Even the best players are going to die to underskilled players. That's just the nature of the beast when it comes to Call of Duty. So you're not going to get a MOAB every game, and really you should know that. But you can always put yourself in a better situation like right here, probably not the best situation to be in. I've got, I'm inside of the spawn. I'm nowhere near my teammates, and I end up fending them off. But I would say probably 7 times out of 10 that one of those guys is probably going to end up landing at least a couple of hits on me and end up killing me, and that's what you need to get away from. You need to get away from close quarters combat situations. You need to get away from getting ganged up by 3 people, because in Modern Warfare 3 there's no stopping power, and if you're not running impact, your bullet's probably not going to travel through one player to another, so there's really no spray downs, especially with assault rifles, which have a lower fire rate than the submachine guns and the shotguns and that stuff. So you need to stay away from that situation. I would say stay away from knifing. As you just saw there, that almost ended up getting me killed. The knifing is not the best thing in this game. It's not. It's like Call of Duty 4, where it's not always a one-hit thing. And I see that they have a care package there. I might as well use it. It's always a good bait. I saw one thing to keep in mind is if you see another team. Huddled around a care package and they look like they're trying to open it, obviously it's not a booby trap, and they're always gonna come back to it. They're always gonna come back and try and get it. They're not gonna just assume that you're gonna hijack it. And it's a great decoy to have. To basically, that guy has in his mind right now, I'm gonna get my care package, and he really doesn't expect you to be there. That's 1, 2, maybe 3 free kills, and you're on your merry way. Let him get his care package finally, and that right there was about as close as it gets. Before, if he knifes, I'm probably done. MOAB streak is over. And from here on out, I pretty much know, look, I got a SCAR and an ACR on my back. Both of them have a silencer. I've got all my perks. I'm away from my teammates, which I suggest trying to stay away from your teammates, because chances are, if you're running Specialist package, obviously you're going to have your Assassin Pro on. Chances are, if the other team gets a UAV, one of your teammates is not going to have Assassin Pro on, and they're going to end up getting you killed. It's also likely that one of your teammates is not going to have a silencer on, which, look what I got in my back pocket, a M.O.A.B. But it's the likely chance that your teammate's not going to either have a silencer or Assassin Pro on, which it's not necessary to have either of those two to get a M.O.A.B. Let me tell you that. But I can only really suggest having it on, especially with the setup with an assault rifle. You're going to put yourself in so many situations where you do not want to be on the radar, and the chances of them mistaking you for one of your teammates because they don't have Assassin Pro and you're close to them, they're going to be ready to kill anything in sight, and if you happen to come around the corner, they're going to get you because they're expecting you, and that's something that you don't want to do. So you should always try and stay away from your teammates when you're going for the M.O.A.B. And I really shouldn't say going for the M.O.A.B. You shouldn't have in your mind, I'm going to go for a M.O.A.B. this game, because if you do, you're probably going to end up dying a lot more often than you think. And the reason for that is you start playing away from your own strategy, your own game. You don't want to get away from what you're good at. You want to stay within your game, but you want to just put yourself in a better situation to not die as often. And there you go. A little M.O.A.B. on Resistance, a little SCAR gameplay, silencer, Specialist package, M.O.A.B. End up having a pretty darn good game. That was how to get a M.O.A.B. in your best ability with an assault rifle. I've already done shotgun. Why don't you guys check that out if you haven't already, and we'll probably have either submachine gun, LMG, something coming up for the M.O.A.B. for that. But if you guys did enjoy this, why don't you give it a like. Make sure you check out the rest of the GameDunzo channel. And this was SoulCal91, and hopefully we will see you guys next time.